All right, Nolan. Got you back up here against Bauer. Top of the leg lift, couple things that you can notice. I really think if you drop your hands a little bit and just have them more relaxed in this area, it's going to really help you separate from your core area rather than from up around your chest. And really what that's going to be able to do is allow you to start to achieve some tilt with your pelvis and your shoulders rather than keeping these things moving more like this. We're going to move them forward, but we want to create some tilt. And that's really going to help you drop into your back leg more. It's kind of tough from the angle for you to see at, but I mean, look at the amount of hip travel he's had from, started here and he's moved all the way to here. I don't think you've gone very far as you start to break your hands. Dropping your hands down and really leading with your hips kind of this way and this way is going to drop you down into that back leg more. So we just want to get more aggressive with it. That's why if you look here with separation, you're going to see how much more back leg activation that he's got going on here. Again, it's tough to see from the angle, but I can definitely tell that you're not in that back leg as much as you should be. So that's gonna take away from your power. The other thing that I want you to notice as you get into glove or foot strike position here, the difference with the length of his leg now and the direction of his hips. You really haven't turned your hips here. We can't even see his front hip anymore. And again, your view is obviously biased, but you're very, very square at foot strike. So we've got to work on you thrusting your hips and starting to rotate your hips right as you get into foot strike and as you get your foot down. Because that's going to really allow the upper body to launch things forward with much more explosive ballistic movements. Because basically, now it's just your hips and your shoulders working together. Rather, Trevor over here on the other side, his hips fire right as his heel and his toe touch down. His hips are through already. That really allows, seeing his upper body is still this way, and that's going to create a ton of torque. He's just, there's a lot more left in the legs here that we can get. Now you guys are kind of out of sequence here because he moves a little bit faster than you, but as he gets into the launch position, you're going to notice that you're getting to a pretty decent release point here. That looks pretty good. Now as you start to pronate and release, you're really, really, really losing a lot of energy being like that. As he gets into that release point and that pronated position, because he's moving so much faster and things are getting way out here, that's what's creating much more length in the lower back and the upper back and the arm. And he's throwing into a very strong front leg. So we just got to work on, this is a strength issue that you got to maybe work on in the weight room a little bit longer. Because you're really, what's happening is you'd be able to stay behind the ball much longer, through the ball, release point longer, if you were able to get stronger in this front leg, and that would allow your upper body to really deliver the arm in a stronger, longer phase without slowing down. So I know it's kind of hard to see from that angle, but you just don't lock out. So when things firm up here, that arm's going to really have something to whip against. Right now, that energy is really leaking into the ground this way and not coming back up into your back and out your arm. But other than that, you've cleaned up a lot of things. Your glove side and your head connection look pretty good. We got to get the hips to fire, start to fire here. Not after your foot's down, because then everything is just very, very slow. The shoulders and hips are moving together. And here you can really see the hips fire right there. They go. And then the shoulders can catch up, where you're just kind of all melts together. Again, Trevor's a very, very strong individual, so to compare yourself to him is it's humbling because he moves very well for his body type and his size. So keep working on it, and hope you can get something out of that.